What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. The Vermillion Baseball Association Chili and Wild Game Feed fundraiser comes up on Sunday, February 4th from 3 to 8 at the Charcoal Lounge in Vermillion. It's $20 for a ticket, which includes 2 free drink tickets, fresh walleye and chislic from 4 to 6, and kids' meals will be available for $5. Tickets can be purchased at the door the day of the event. Don't miss out on the Vermillion Baseball Association Chili and Wild Game Feed fundraiser coming up on Sunday, February 4th at the Charcoal Lounge. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louis Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Inside the Birdcage, welcome and good evening as we get you ready for boys high school hoops inside the DAC 12, along with our producer and color man of the evening, Cole Larsh. I'm Heath Nimke, and it's great to be with you here on this Monday evening, another Monday evening of high school hoops right here inside the Birdcage, and it's going to be a very, very busy week as well as you talk about what we have coming up here on the schedule when it comes to broadcasting games on Vermillion Tanagers Live, and we look forward to the next very busy week and a half, if you will, of all the games that we'll have you covered. But tonight's matchup does feature a team that is looking to rebound after a loss in the DAC 12 NEC clash. The Madison Bulldogs taking on the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion moving to 8-4 after they found a big victory, a 19-point victory, if you will, over the Parks and Trojans on Saturday. In fact, as I mentioned, that DAC 12 NEC clash, the DAC 12 goes 10-1 during the clash. The only loss coming for the Madison Bulldogs as they lost to Aberdeen Roncalli. And as we get set for this matchup, we'll talk more about what we're coming to see between these two teams, but also we want to get you kind of up to date on everything that is going on with the schedule for the Vermillion Tanagers. And let's begin, of course, with this one right here. This is a makeup game back from January 5th when it was supposed to be scheduled for a doubleheader. This game has now just the single game as the girls will be played later on this season. Otherwise, coming up for the rest of the week, don't forget, the Vermillion girls are in action tomorrow night as they take on Beersford. It is just the girls' game because the boys have already played Beersford on the boys' side, as I mentioned, in the Holiday Classic. Then we, of course, have church night, Wednesday night off, and then on the road to Sioux Falls Christian. We will be taking Friday night off as we will not make the journey to Grote in South Dakota, and then back in action for the DAC-12 NEC Clash on the girls' side of things, as the Vermillion girls have drawn Aberdeen-Roncalli. The matchup of the 2 seeds coming up at 5 o'clock, or scheduled right around that time there in Madison. And then day off, of course, for another church day of Sunday, and then back in action on Monday for more hoops, and then Tuesday as well. So a very busy week upcoming for both the boys and the girls, and we have a lot of actions right here on, of course, Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. As we mentioned, these two teams coming in, Vermillion 8-4 overall, 4-2 in the DAC-12. It was a 3-game losing skid before they really were able to find a win against the Parkson Trojans, and it was a decisive win as well. But that was a Vermillion team that just couldn't really stop shooting the three, as if you will. They went 9 of 31 from downtown, the Vermillion Tanagers. We'll talk more about Jay Drake's decision to let that keep happening, shooting the three in that game. And also the Madison Bulldogs coming in, as I mentioned, 6-6 overall and 2-4 in the DAC-12. Where are they at when it comes to the region standings? In fact, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk more about the region standings for both the Vermillion boys and the Madison Bulldogs, and see where these two teams are at and what we expect in the matchup tonight. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Looking for a great new or used John Deere planter? Then look no more. Grossenberg Implement has a great used selection this month. They have a good selection of 2023 and 2022 model years that will make your operation more efficient and productive with low-rate financing of only 1.99% for 60 months for those that qualify. You'll be ready for spring planting. Come in and talk to one of their sales professionals or browse their inventory at grossenberg.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back inside the Birdcage. Welcome to the pregame show here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV, along with Cole Larsh. Currently going on the JV game, if you will, happening between Madison and Vermillion. It's 55-46. In fact, Madison's hit some late buckets here, starting to pull away from the Vermillion Tanagers. As I say that, Roovers hits a 3 there to bring it within 6. It seems like all season long, the Vermillion JV team has been in some close games, with a majority of the time the JV team getting the victories. We'll see if maybe they can't make a comeback here against Madison. But right now we're going to continue to keep a look here when it comes to, well, the overall standings and the matchup between these two teams tonight between Vermillion and Madison. And let's first begin with the region standings, as you will. Again, Vermillion coming in 8-4 overall. So we talk about past the halfway point of the season. Vermillion right now sits in 3rd of the region, including the two teams that are in front of them are still yet on the schedule. Dakota Valley, 10-2 overall, sits at 44.917 seed points. Lennox, who is in 2nd at 43.455. And as we mentioned, Vermillion in 3rd at 8-4, but 42.083. In fact, almost a 1.5 that separates Vermillion from Lennox, and almost 3 points that separates Vermillion from Dakota Valley. As I mentioned, for Vermillion, when it comes to their schedule, it is a very tough schedule yet upcoming. As we look ahead, we talk about this game, and then Groton area, 9-3 team, come up on Friday before the boys are back in action on Tuesday, taking on Dakota Valley. And then Lennox still yet in the wings, and Lennox is going to be a very, very hard game. Porter Enan has come back from his injury, and he's had a lot of success so far coming back from injury. Yet still on the schedule, Wagner, Ponca, Canton, and Parker. So you talk about what's remaining on the schedule, Cole. We talk about this Madison game in there tonight, but yet when you talk about Madison with the rest of the schedule, still 4 other DAC 12 games on the schedule, including tonight. This final stretch doesn't get any easier for the Vermillion boys, and tonight is certainly a one that you want to win, whether this is a good Madison team or not.
Yeah, you talk about just the difficulty of the schedule playing in Region 4, and especially in the DAC 12, is you look at all these teams that are going to be playing up next, and none of them are going to be easy when you look at them. It's all going to be tough competition. The Parker game might be a little interesting, depends on how Parker does late in their season, but no matter who you play, especially in the DAC 12, it's always going to be tough. It's just going to be one of those deals where you want to pick up a win tonight, give yourself some more momentum going into the last stretch of the season.
Well, we talk about the stretch of the season as well, Cole. This is one of the stretches that we highlighted here. It began, well, if you will, basically 10 days ago, taking on Sioux Falls Christian on that Saturday, a big loss, Pine Ridge, Del Rapids. We saw the boys get a big key victory against Parks in the DAC 12 at NEC Clash. So in these past 10 days, we talk about the 5 games that they've had. This is a key one to win, to continue that nice streak and kind of build towards the future. Vermillion, with what they have ahead, nothing's going to come easy for them. So this would be a key to finish this stretch with a nice victory.
Yeah, it will be. And like you said, you just want to start off with some good momentum going late in the year, especially now that you can kind of get into it. You can kind of start to crunch some numbers here a little bit, and you think, okay, I mean, if we start doing good here, we pick up a couple wins, we're going to start getting more favorable playoff positions when you look at the region, maybe even look farther ahead to the SODAC 16, assuming you get past the region. And it's going to be one of those deals where every game's important, and you got to build some momentum now while you can and take that into that tough stretch.
Tanager fans, just kind of keeping an update on the boys. In fact, in their next 8 games, 7 out of these 8 teams have a record of 500 or better. In fact, 6 out of the 8 do have a winning record. Madison, as we mentioned, is at 500, and then Parker, to wrap up the season, is below 500. So yet a deadly stretch for the boys as we talk about things do not get any easier. Taking a look quickly at Region 3, where Madison finds themselves in. Cole, you may remember that it was a week ago. We were talking about a Pine Ridge and just, hey, looking ahead. Madison was at 5-5 overall, but second in their region. Some of their past couple of games with wins and losses, a win and a loss in there, if you will, going 1-1 during that final stretch. They've bumped themselves all the way down to 4th. In that region, Sioux Falls Christian number 1, Del Rapids number 2, Baltic number 3, and Madison number 4, as it's a big difference between 1st and 4th, but still kind of open there for the Madison Bulldogs. You talk about staying in that top 4 because they have West Central and also a good Tri-Valley team in there. That's really their key on staying in the top 4, if you will, for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you want to stay up there, and then maybe even if you can, I mean, Baltic sitting at 9-5, but just a half seed point higher than them. If you can maybe sneak up there, try and get that 3 spot, it's all about getting better matchups in your region. Right now, they'd have a pretty tough task. I mean, they take on a good West Central team, then they move on to Sioux Falls Christian, assuming they would win. So not the easiest of tasks. You can get up to that 3 seed, then you'll take on the number 2 later in regions.
Before we talk more about this game and catch up with head coach Jay Drake, Cole, something that was announced yesterday, the Vermillion girls, the DAC-12 NEC Clash pairings were released. It was kind of known going into Saturday, if you will. There was a chance that Vermillion could draw the 3 seed and maybe match up with a team they've already seen, or if things kind of went right for them, they could go as high as the number 2 seed and face up against Aberdeen Roncalli. Things do go right for them, and they get Aberdeen Roncalli. When you look overall on the girls' side of things, Vermillion has been, of course, a great team. They do find themselves, out of all the teams in Class A, 11th overall. But Aberdeen Roncalli, a team that's now receiving votes to be inside the top 5 of the media, currently at 10-2 overall. A pretty tough draw for the Vermillion girls and Aberdeen Roncalli coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough draw, but I mean, just kind of looking at the schedule here, is Roncalli really has not played that many impressive teams except for beating Mobridge, Pollock, and Groton. Everybody other than that, they've beat who they should have beat. They lost to the number 1 team, Sisseton. We can get into that debate later if we want. And they also lost to a pretty solid Hamlin squad who is trying to rebuild after graduating almost everybody last year. So it'll be an interesting one up in Madison. You know, neutral site. You never quite know how they're going to go. Vermillion's been pretty up and down at neutral sites so far this year, but hopefully they can get a big win over the Cavaliers of Roncalli.
Before we get to our interview with head coach Jay Drake, we talk about what is coming up yet here on the schedule, but also want to take a look as we take a look at the overall standings, or I should say, according to the media, Sisseton on the girls' side is number 1, Flandreau number 2, Red Cloud number 3, Sioux Falls Christian number 4, T-Area number 5, Wagner, Florence Henry, and Aberdeen Roncalli all receiving votes. And as we mentioned for the Vermillion girls and what they have coming up this week, they have, of course, tonight off before they take on a Beersford team that is 10-4 overall. But some people might call them a little bit of imposters, if you will, Cole, just because of the schedule they played. Otherwise, number 4, Sioux Falls Christian, coming up on Thursday for a chance at a piece of the DAC-12 title here at the moment. We'll get more into that later on tomorrow and also Thursday. But also, as we mentioned, Aberdeen Roncalli on Saturday. So a very busy stretch for the girls that are coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be. And it's just one of those deals where you look at it and, I mean, everything started getting delayed a little bit. And, you know, why that big weather stretch came in where a week and a half of games got pushed back. And now it's go time because you signed up for all these classics ahead of time. You knew you were going to start playing on some Saturdays. And you kind of go into your schedule like, okay, we're making this game up this day. We're traveling this day. We're making this game up next week. So it's just going to be one of those deals where, sure, you're playing a lot of games in a little bit of time, but that's kind of how everybody is across the state, especially in this region because of that snowstorm.
On the boys' side, quickly taking a look at the overall standings. According to the media, nothing really changes on the polls. Sioux Falls Christian remains number 1. Hamlin, after losing to Sioux Falls Christian for the second time this season, is at second place. Sioux Valley, at number 3. Pine Ridge is now up to number 4. Again, Vermillion saw them last week. Dakota Valley is down to number 5, and then receiving votes, Hot Springs and Rapid City Christian on the boys' side. We clean things up here for just a moment, and when we come back, head coach Jay Drake. We take a look at the Vermillion boys as well. That is all on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Inside the birdcage as we get you set for DAC 12 hoops tonight between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Madison Bulldogs. Madison coming in 6-6 overall, whereas the Vermillion Tanagers 8-4 so far on the season. We take a look back at the Vermillion Tanagers and how we've got to this point so far. We talk about the season. It was off to a great start. You may remember Vermillion got off to a 7-1 start on the season, but the main question was, have we faced tough enough competition? And then all of a sudden, it was 2 of the top 5 teams back-to-back, where Vermillion lost to Sioux Falls Christian and Pine Ridge over a 10-day span. You may remember that game loss against Sioux Falls Christian, and then last Monday against Pine Ridge, and then an overtime loss for the Vermillion boys on Thursday against Del Rapids, before Vermillion was able to bounce back against Parkston, winning 57-38 in the DAC 12 NEC Clash, and now wrapping up this 10-day stretch, Vermillion back at home to take on the Madison Bulldogs. And certainly, as we mentioned, DAC 12 matchup, this is a very busy end of the stretch of the season for Vermillion, as well as you look at the next 8 games, including tonight. Vermillion plays opponents out of 7 of their 8 games that have a record of 500 or above, and still yet another 4 DAC 12 teams on their schedule. So wins are at a premium, and they need to keep coming if Vermillion wants to have success. Talking about the success of this team and what it takes to keep building, I caught up with head coach Jay Drake earlier this morning to talk about that win against Parkston, a 19-point victory, but also what the rest of this schedule looks like, and a look at the Madison Bulldogs. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion Tanagers, Jay Drake. Coach, as we get ready for the Madison Bulldogs, let's revisit our game quickly on Saturday against the Parkston Trojans, a team that will shoot the 3 for your group of guys. And even when they are constantly missing, they keep on firing away. What's your philosophy on the 3-point shot this season, and how do these guys have confidence to just keep going back to the well, even though they're not consistently hitting? Because eventually the law of averages is going to play out.
Yeah, it was interesting because, after the game, I didn't realize within the game, you don't even think about it. I knew we were taking a few threes and stuff, but I didn't realize we had taken as many as we we're taking, because I think that at the end of the game we were 9 of 31. Obviously, Trey I think went 4 of 9, but the rest of our group, obviously the percentages aren't great, and yet part of that was we have not seen a lot of zone this year, which has surprised me at times, because there's been a few teams we've played that I thought would play a lot of zone against us, and they didn't. So from that standpoint, it was actually nice just to see some zone and get some zone work, especially going into tonight's game, because I think we will see a lot of zone against Madison. But the big thing for us is, just bouncing back. We had kind of been on a 3-game skid, and all 3 losses were tough losses from the standpoint of Christian, the way it went, and just never being in the basketball game. You never want that, not feeling competitive and all that. And then the last 2 after that, Pine Ridge and Dells, kind of the opposite games that against very good teams. And yet you can battling back, hanging in there, giving yourself a chance in the fourth quarter, but just coming up a little short. Those are always kind of heartbreakers and stuff. So for us to end the skid, we kind of controlled the game. Coach Bruning actually did a really nice job for Parkston, because early on in that first quarter we were getting out in transition. Obviously, we were attacking the basket against their man-to-man, and then he kind of went to the zone in that second quarter and stayed with it the rest of the game. And it kind of slowed us down a little bit, and obviously forced us into taking more perimeter shots that we didn't shoot extremely well. And yet we kind of led the game by 9, 10, 11. I think the whole basketball game, and obviously in the second half pushing it to the mid-teens, upper teens, and for us to hold them to 38 points. And last time we played them, it was a tight game all the way, and this time to at least control things, do it defensively and the way we did it, and always just to get a win. Obviously, to stop that skid are all things that were positive now that we need to try to build on going into this week.
Something else that we have seen historically, Jay Drake, when it comes to this season, shortens up the bench. Maybe he's playing 9 guys at the beginning of the season. At this point, he's down to maybe, he's got starting 5 and then 2 off the bench, where it's kind of been a little bit the opposite now, as we've seen Trenton Thomas come out and get some valuable varsity minutes. It hasn't been a whole lot, but it has helped. Even when Bryson Skogsberg goes down, it seems like you're like, all right, we do have a replacement. What's with this? I talked to Coach Budmeyer about it as well. He said, hey, we're just watching this in practice, and we're liking what we see. This is why he's getting the opportunity. Does that ring true for what your philosophy is right now on why Thomas is getting some more playing time?
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I think he got 7-8 minutes both against Dells and even the other night the other afternoon against Parkston. But Trent's done a great job in practice. Obviously, he's probably been in our JV games this year our most consistent, and obviously for sure our most aggressive and probably best offensive player. And just due to our situation, against Del Rapids the other night, Landon was out with an injury, and we didn't know how long he'd be out or what the status is on that. So, needed to just kind of see. And sometimes, like anything, and I've told our kids this, I probably err or fault on the side of I really got to trust you, right? And I probably have trust issues, and I know Coach Rivers, Coach Budmeyer have said, hey, we think you got a chance, but you got to throw him in there too. And he did a good job against Dells, and then the other day, again, Landon was back, which was nice to see, but still not sure with the whole knee and everything. And then obviously Bryson going down there, and it was good to see Trent. He played with a lot of confidence for a kid that middle of the season here, and you don't know exactly if you're getting in, not getting in, how many minutes it might be. He got the 1-3 to fall, and it's been a nice addition, obviously. Where that means going forward, who knows? It's a night-to-night basis, and you just got to be ready when your number is called.
Well, and there's always therapy too, Coach. If you have any more trust issues, you can always. I would recommend not doing it. If you want to talk about something with me, you certainly can. I just I never found it to be that helpful. I'll just talk to you about my issues. Getting ready for the Madison Bulldogs. It's a quick turnaround. Again, as we know, we've been on this stretch now, and it's actually coming to an end. Your evaluation of the Bulldogs and this stretch coming to an end tonight, and how important it is to get a win.
Yeah, after the 2 weeks we had with the weather and not getting practices in, and then it was kind of, when we jumped back into this, we're basically on a 10-day stretch and playing 5 games. Our guys need the experience, obviously game experience, but the one tough thing, it's still, you're so limited. It's kind of been game practice, and on those practices you can't do a whole lot. You're trying to get your bodies back with you from the day before. You're trying to game prep for the next day, and you're limited on what you can do. So that's been tough for us, but I think our guys have done a good job with this. Anytime you play 5 games in 10 days, too, just worried about fatigue. But finish things off tonight, and hopefully, Madison's a team that I think is very similar to us, 6-6, 2-4 in the DAC-12. We're sitting here 8-4, 4-2, but we've had very similar scores. A week ago, they lose to Del Rapids by 2, and they actually had them down late. Del's snuck one out in the end. They hung in there, lost to Lennox earlier in the year by 4. They've had some close scores, and we've had some games here lately that if you win them, you might be sitting here at 10-2. But a couple games we've won that could have went the other way as well. We could be sitting at 6-6, just like Madison. So it starts with the Brooks kid. He's been playing. He came off the bench a little as an 8th grader. Been starting here now for 3 years. And at 6'8", 6'9", he's long. He's going to be a college basketball player. Just depends on what level. And he can step outside, shoot a 3. He's kind of the anchor of their zone inside. They play 2-3. He protects the paint and the basket, able to block shots, and all those things are factors on both ends of the floor. And then the nice thing with their group is their team. They have guys that can shoot the basketball. The Combs kid, who hasn't played the last couple of games, we've got to expect that he'll be in the lineup. He was huge against us last year. He hit 6 threes, 4 of them in the fourth quarter was kind of the difference in the game last year, and he finished with 20 points. The Callahan kid has now, the other night or last week against Chamberlain, he hit 7 threes and had 30 points, I believe, for the game. He's been shooting the 3 well. They got some younger kids off the bench that shoot it. So anytime you got a team that can shoot 3s, space the floor like that, and then you got a kind of an all-state caliber player in Brooks, it makes it very difficult defensively. And like anything, we're going to have to guard the 3-point line well and yet limit Brooks and his touches.
Coach, before I let you go, has there been any panic when it comes to offensively with this group? I mean, not talking necessarily about the low scores, but in the past couple of games, we have seen the Hanson boys contribute for about 75% of your points, which means the other 3 starters are hitting shots when they need to. We saw Rorik hit a couple big 3s, but even Zone Robinson recently has kind of dropped off. Is there any worry when it comes to sharing the basketball, or not even sharing it, but scoring from the other 3 of the starters?
Well, like anything, it helps when you score the ball, right? And, for our group, the nice thing is I don't think, and we don't think as a coaching staff, our guys are forcing up any shots. So I think we're getting decent looks. I think we've got actually better the last couple games, kind of just a flow offensively. In the Christian and Pine Ridge games, I didn't think our floor spacing was and our floor balance was great at times. Kind of were stagnant at times, watching the ball instead of trying to screen away, cut, move, get a teammate open. I think the last 2 games, Dells and Parkston, we've done a much better job with that. But yeah, the other thing is, you look at it, we from the percentage standpoint, we're not shooting as well as maybe we did earlier in the year. And it's a combination, I think. One is you got to give credit to the opponents. That's no disrespect to the opponents we played early. But we've played some better teams lately. And when you get better teams, obviously they're going to be better defensively, make some of those looks maybe a little bit tougher, or they're more contested. And the other part of it is we're kind of in a little drought, a couple guys here right now. And yet the nice thing is, and like we've told our group, we never know, and we can never bank on. You can't guarantee how you're going to shoot the basketball, and that's it doesn't matter if it's game 1 or in the postseason. We do have to rely on defense to keep us around, and I think we've done that the last couple of games now to at least keep us around in the basketball game, even if we're struggling shooting. And the other thing is, with that, we've had chances to win. So now if we can get back and get a little bit more rhythm and flow offensively, hopefully that makes it a little easier on us when trying to get some W's and get ourselves in a position where you can control the basketball game.
There he is here on our pregame show. It's head coach Jay Drake wrapping up the interview there, talking about the struggles of this offense. Yes, a 19-point victory on Saturday seems like things were working, but when you look at it, only 58 points in the ball game. You go back to the beginning of this season where Vermillion was averaging right around 70 points a game. Things have really dropped off for this group lately. And again, we even talk about 9 of 31 from beyond the three-point line on Saturday. Things need to start to come together a little bit more spread out, if you will, offensively. Can they find that tonight against the Madison Bulldogs? We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll meet the Madison Bulldogs and the Vermillion Tanagers and get you set for the opening tap. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. The lights are off here at the Birdcage. It's time for some DAC-12 hoops here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Great to have you along with our producer and color man of the evening, Cole Larsh. I'm Heath Nimke. It's time to get to our starting five and meet the Vermillion Tanagers and the Madison Bulldogs. So let's get to what we're going to see this evening. Here are your starting five. For first, the Madison Bulldogs. It includes number 2, Eli Barger, the 6-foot senior forward. Number 3, Elijah Sims, the 5'10" senior guard. Number 10, Charles Callahan, the 6'2" senior forward. Number 21, Ben Brooks, the 6'9" junior forward. And finally, number 32, Thomas Michaels, the 6'2" senior forward. The Bulldogs, 6-6 overall, 2-2 inside Region 3, and 2-4 in the DAC-12. Interim head coach is now Chad White, along with assistant coaches Jarrett Yonke and the longtime great head coach and athletic director Cody Rickey will be helping out a part of the Madison Bulldogs. For the Vermillion Tanagers, coming in 8-4 overall, 3-0 inside Region 4, 4-2 in the DAC-12. Coaches include head coach Jay Drake along with Coach Roovers and Coach Budmeyer. It is the same starting five that we have seen all season long. That includes the sniper himself this season, Connor Rohrig, the 5'11" senior guard. Number 22, Bryson Skogsberg, the 6'1" freshman. Number 23, Zone Robinson, the 6'1" senior guard. And the brothers, number 24, Carter Hansen, the 6'3" junior guard. And number 33, Trey Hansen, the 6'3" sophomore guard for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, 8-4 overall. The lights are on. We are ready to go here inside the Birdcage. And a makeup game from January 5th, along with Cole Larsh. Heath Nimke wearing my Jay Drake t-shirt. He was confused about my earlier text this afternoon, but found out what that meant when I said I'm wearing you tonight. The opening tap is won by the Bulldogs, and we are underway. The Bulldogs in their all-black uniforms, the Tanagers in their home white. An opening turnover as the Tanagers collect the basketball underneath their own hoop. Attacking the left basket, the Tanagers are. Roehrig over in the corner. This one is off the back of the rim. Cole, we see already the cheat defense. They're not covering Roehrig in the corner. They're going to let him shoot freely. He makes a few of those. They're going to have to respect him defensively.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where, it's like we saw in that Parkston game earlier, is they decided to sag off him a little bit, and they start making a couple, then they kind of got burned, did the Trojans. So it's going to be one of those deals where it's just, you're probably going to see it a lot more coming up this season as more teams are starting to get this film, as now we're stopping play for a 5-second shot clock added. There we go. We're rolling again.
The Bulldogs have it on the wing as they're trying to direct traffic. Eli Barger, the top they go with Michaels. Inside, back out to Ben Brooks, three-pointer. This one's off the mark. And Cole, that's maybe something that's been surprising this season, as we've seen Ben Brooks play a lot more outside. Three-pointer Skogsberg, this one's off the mark. Vermillion's 0 of 2 from beyond the three-point line. But Ben Brooks not necessarily playing a whole lot inside so far this season. And that could be a lot of success the Bulldogs have tonight against Vermillion.
Yeah, especially, you kind of get them stretched out a little bit, then you start cutting some guys inside, and that's where you're going to start having success on the offensive end, is if you can get the Tanager defense expanded a little bit, then cut to those open spots.
Playing the zone defense, the Bulldogs. As it's driving in, Robinson kicks back out. NBA 3, Trey Hansen. This one's off the mark. So Vermillion's 3 different opportunities offensively, all missed threes. And now the opposite way, it's Callahan who drives inside and scores. And it's quickly 5-0. Again, Vermillion shot 31 threes. Saturday afternoon against the Parkston Trojans, just going 9 of 31. They're already 0 of 3. Back out, Skogsberg, another three-pointer. This one off the mark. And fight for the loose basketball. And it's finally going to be rebounded by Eli Barger. So Cole, keep track of that at home. 0 of 4 now, the Tanagers. And this time, Ben Brooks bangs inside, scores. And already a timeout called by head coach Jay Drake in frustration as his team is quickly down 7-0 here in the first 2 minutes of this basketball game. Tanager fans, don't forget, fundraiser coming up this Sunday, the Chili and Wild Game feed for the Vermillion Baseball Association coming up again this Sunday from 3 to 8 at the Charcoal Lounge. It's $20 for a ticket, which does include 2 drink tickets, fresh walleye and chislic from 4 to 6. Kids meals will be available for $5. Tickets can be purchased at the door the day of the event. Cole Larsh and I will see you there coming up this Sunday.
You're dang right we will.
It's our one day off, it feels like, from basketball this week.
Except for Friday now. But I bet I could find myself a game somewhere.
Unless you go to Grote. 7-0 out of the 32nd timeout from head coach Jay Drake to get his troops settled back in. Carter Hansen down inside to Roehrig, into Trey Hansen inside. The shot's off the mark, but Cole, that was a conversation. Stop shooting 3, try to start working something inside.
Yeah, I mean, Madison's not really running anything real special on the defensive end, just a simple 2-3 zone, and that's exactly how you break it. Move the ball around, find some open lanes, especially attacking that baseline like they did, and good job by Trey Hansen to cut inside right where he should have been. Eventually, those shots are going to fall.
And now a foul called on the Madison Bulldogs as, once again, Robinson attacks the zone, and it will be Barger who will pick up his first personal. Inside, Roehrig misses. Now Cole, they also need to hit a shot. Vermillion is now 0 of 7 from the field to begin the basketball game. Brooks in the lane, kick back out. This one good for Thomas Michaels. And quickly, it's already up to double digits, 10-0. As Skogsberg kicks it out to Hansen. Bounce pass to Trey. Madison fans getting loud. Swing over to Trey Hansen, catch and shoot 3. This one's off the heel. 0 of 5 now. 0 of 9 from the field, the Tanagers. 4:45 first quarter. The drive by Barger. Up with his shot. Misses. Vermillion is still playing good defense, but is still looking for their first points. to Rorik, to Robinson. Robinson drives inside. His shot is blocked out of bounds. They say last touch by the Tanagers. As Ben Brooks in there, shutting down anything defensively with his 6'9" frame. 10-0 as we saw it back there on replay. Good call there by the Sioux Falls officials for tonight. Another Michaels three-pointer. This one is off the mark.
Old-fashioned heat check right there.
Carter Hansen, bounce pass to Skogsberg, shoots a three. Cole, what are we at?
0 for 10 and 0 for 5, I believe.
0 for 6.
Okay.
Robinson drives. Makes the pass. To the top they go. Over to Carter Hansen. Jumper. 0 for 11 now from the field. Vermillion has not had this bad of an offensive start yet this season. Three-pointer, this one's off the mark. And Cole, they still don't find themselves out of the basketball game yet.
Yeah, it's just Madison's kind of doing the same thing. Madison wants to get up big quick. They're not taking very good shots. Vermillion just needs to see one go in, and they're gonna be fine.
Rorik, the drive, bounce pass that went straight to Callahan. Quickly the opposite way. It's Sims, drives in with the right hand. Layup is good. Sims now has 5 points in the ball game. And another timeout called by head coach Jay Drake. Cole, could this get off to any worse of a start for Vermillion than what we've seen?
Statistically, offensively, no. Defensively, yes, because Madison's taken a lot of shots that I think in a normal late game situation they would be going in. I mean, we could be looking right now at 20-0 very easily just based on the amount of shots that Madison's been able to put up, because Vermillion's not getting anything done on the offensive end, and it seems like a lot of these shots have been very quick into the shot clock. I think what we're going to see right now out of the timeout is slow it down like they did out of the last timeout. No need to get so frustrated if you can't make any shots. It's going to happen. You're going to go on cold stretches. You got to attack the zone like they did those couple of possessions. That was the best offense that we've seen all game, was just those quick 2 possessions.
12-0. 2 30-second timeouts used by head coach Jay Drake in this opening quarter. In fact, we saw Coach Craig Bruning of the Parks and Trojans do that on Saturday. We know how things ended for the Trojans. Jumper for Vermillion, off the mark. Offensive rebound. Robinson goes back up and draws the foul eventually. And it will be free throws upcoming for Vermillion to maybe get something going, but they're still 0 of 13 from the field. First free throw is good for Zone Robinson. First point of the basketball game for the Vermillion Tanagers. By the way, the foul was on Schneider, picking up his first personal and the second team foul. Robinson hits them both for the first points for the Vermillion Tanagers, but still trail by 10. And now, a quick turnover. Cerny, who just checked in at the last timeout, gets the turnover. The drive by Trey Hansen. His shot blocked away by Ben Brooks. Quickly the opposite way come the Bulldogs. Brooks then loses it, gets it back, rises up, misses, offensive rebound, back up and scores. Brooks with 4 points in the ball game. 14-2. And now a timeout is going to be called, as there's official stoppage from the near official as we look at it. I'm not for sure what just happened there, Cole.
We went from 30 to 32 on the shot clock. That's what just happened, Heath. I mean, Go ahead.
And it allowed the Bulldogs to make a substitution. Yeah, I'm not quite for sure either. I mean, we're talking a difference of 3 seconds on the shot clock, and Vermillion didn't even hold it for more than 8 seconds during the possession. To the corner, recently checked on three-pointer is off the mark from Wienhoff. And then a whistle called. Rebounding foul that will go against Callahan, picking up his first personal, and 3 team fouls on Madison. 2:18, first quarter. Vermillion has not hit a field goal here in the game. Robinson out to Hansen, drives in, kicks back out to Skogsberg. Skogsberg to Cerny. Cerny Kicks to Trey Hansen, will drive and got the feet of Andrew Combs. And Combs picks up his first personal, the 4th team foul. That's the only bright side. Cole, that Vermillion has gotten the Bulldogs in a little bit of foul trouble. Bulldogs, though, have not had one player pick up more than 1.
And it's something they're going to get defensively with Madison. They're playing a very high 2-3 zone. Lots of emphasis on ball pressure.
3-pointer, good for Landon Cerny. 1 of 8, 1 of 15 from the field. The Tanagers are in this first quarter, and it comes from the bench, if you will. Now ball inside, turned over, and then a foul from behind, which now gives up bonus. And Vermillion will shoot free throws the last 93 seconds. The foul comes against Callahan as well, picking up his second personal. And again, Cole, we talk about how bad this offense has been for Vermillion in this first quarter, and yet they're not out of the ball game.
No, they're not. It's kind of astonishing right now, honestly, if you ask me, is how this game is so close. I mean, Madison, if they had any sort of offense strung together in the past 4 minutes of this quarter, easily 25-6, easily. But it's just they're not doing anything offensively either, because they really don't have to worry about it because Vermillion's not doing anything offensively either.
And the crazy part is, too, if you will, and another turnover, oh my goodness, for just Madison. Vermillion's 4-4 from the free throw line, too. That's unheard of, it seems like. 3-pointer, oh my goodness, it's just like this. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot if you're Madison. We talk about how you can't win a first quarter, but you sure can lose one. Vermillion didn't lose this first quarter. And Madison, just has imploded on themselves here in the final 90 seconds, if you will, and now a whistle called and more free throws upcoming for Vermillion. And Jay Drake, I already know his response is going to say, we caught ourselves a break, we should have lost. That's what his post-game comments would be.
The Madison Bulldogs right now in this first quarter are pulling a Detroit Lions. They get out big early.
Take the points, Cole. Take the field goals there.
The shots, the last 4 minutes of offense for Madison has been worse than Vermillion's first 7 minutes offense. They're just doing nothing on the offensive end. They turned it over 10 times at least.
5 of 6 as Hansen misses the first free throw. Missed 3-pointer by Brooks inside, and that was just heaving something up. Luckily got the offensive rebound with Schneider there and scored. And then a whistle, which was a timeout. We'll step aside. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV. The Vermillion Baseball Association Chili and Wild Game Feed fundraiser comes up on Sunday, February 4th from 3 to 8 at the Charcoal Lounge in Vermillion. It's $20 for a ticket, which includes 2 free drink tickets, fresh walleye and chislic from 4 to 6, and kids' meals will be available for $5. Tickets can be purchased at the door the day of the event. Don't miss out on the Vermillion Baseball Association Chili and Wild Game Feed fundraiser coming up on Sunday, February 4th at the Charcoal Lounge. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 16-11, under a minute remaining in this first quarter. It's Robinson who has it, kicks back out to Trey Hansen, 3-pointer, good. Cole, you would never know Vermillion started this basketball game 1 of 15 from the field.
No, you also wouldn't know that Madison came out to a 12-0 run.
And now a steal, opposite way, Trey Hansen is fouled and will be heading to the free throw line. And thank God Madison is not playing the old foul rules either. Otherwise, they would have given up bonus right now.
For the rest of the half, yeah.
free throw is good for Trey Hansen, his first points of the ball game. And second free throw is good as well. So we're tied 16-16. And now another turnover. No, it's collected by the Bulldogs before they give it up. And some contact there as Carter Hansen will be whistled for his first personal. And just the first team foul. If you're interim head coach Chad White, you might be screaming, how am I not getting anything going my way?
Well, I can tell you why.
Vermillion's played extremely clean.
That. And Madison has not played very clean on the offensive end.
No. Brooks trying to bang his way in there, puts up the bucket, gets it to go 18-16. What a sequence. What a crazy first quarter. As Vermillion trails by 2 after going 1 of 15 from the field in that opening quarter. We're back in just a moment with the second here on Live Ticket TV.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the Birdcage. Second quarter action, Madison 18, Vermillion 16. And Cole Arsh alongside me, Heath Nimke, going to give you a little bit of overview as if my don't understand the terminology I've been using early in that first quarter is that Madison playing a very high 2-3 zone. Now, typically you think of 2-3 zones as two guys about between the free throw line and the three-point line, and 3 other guys as the clock is not running, but here we go. And the bottom 3 guys about at the block level, but as you can see on your screen, the top 2 guys playing very high up over the three-point line as Zone Robinson nails a 3. He's got 5 in the contest. Now Vermillion takes a lead after that back and forth quarter, and it's been Vermillion all in that first half, the second half of the first quarter. It's been all about what they've been doing offensively. And for Madison offensively, they have not really put up a good shot since about 2 minutes into the game. A lot of their offense has been forcing passes and forcing shots, and that's why they've gone on a cold streak, Heath.
Three-pointer from Skogsberg. And now a foul on the rebound. Thank you, Cole, for helping out there. You know what this game kind of reminds me of right now is that on Apple TV, isn't it like Ted Lasso or something, soccer, they have that sign that says believe. I feel like that's just Vermillion that first quarter, just believe and just keep shooting, we're going to be okay. Law of averages, even if you will ride out the storm. And it worked. Vermillion found themselves down by 2.
They also got really lucky, too, as I don't think we're quite stating how bad Madison was doing late in that first quarter offensively, as their average time of the possession was less than 5 seconds. They either throw it away or they take a quick three-pointer because they wanted all the points.
Talk about the coaching staff as well there. You have athletic director, Coach Ricky, as an assistant coach, and many titles that he won with the Bulldogs, and he was coached up hard in JV. Vermillion wanted to travel, didn't get one. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Down to 2 seconds, and then a reach-in foul that will go against Carter Hansen. Threw the basketball up in the air there. He's got to be careful. He recollected it himself. And Cole, with that foul, not only does Carter pick up his second personal, but also bails out the Madison Bulldogs with a fresh shot clock. Head coach Jay Drake cannot believe it.
I'm not sure if you can hear it on the headset, but Jay Drake not impressed, and now we're going to get a pretty quick holding call on the inbound.
And was this foul against? Cole Tweeten checks into the game.
As they didn't see the...
Yeah, I didn't see the number either. I think they just asked for the officials.
They're going to say it was on Carter Hansen, so that's going to be his third.
Picks up his third, so he's out of the game.
Well, for now.
Corner three, good. By Elijah Sims. Sims now has 8 points in the ball game, and Madison has gone back up with their lead of 2. Skogsberg shoots the three. This one, air ball. Tweeten saves it. Deep to Trey Hansen. He drives all the way in. Reverse layup, falls. Trey Hansen with 4 points in the ball game. 21-21. 6:06 second quarter.
Not your typical basketball game, but your pretty typical DAC-12 rivalry contest. Back and forth, really physical. That's all I had, yeah. I kind of ran out of words.
A rarity for Cole Larsh as the Bulldogs now commit their second. Again, they were bailed out for the new quarter rules, by the way, because otherwise that would have been their 9th.
Yeah.
And we've been shooting bonus. Skogsberg tries to get over to Rohrig, almost went out of bounds. Inside to Robinson. Got Brooks to jump, then went around him, misses his floater in the lane. Tied 21-21, quickly the opposite way. And by the way, Barger is still out there with 3 personals. And now, we have a Bulldog that is down. Right now at the moment, it's 4-on-4. Brooks blocked offensively, almost out of bounds. Here comes Madison into the front court, spin in the lane, and this one falls, but it's going to be a travel call for the spin, which that was 2 steps for him. And it'll be Vermillion basketball. I think at the same time, we need to stop here for a moment. Is Callahan all right? I mean, he looked dazed and confused as he went back to play defense. Number 10, on the far side of your screen in black, pay attention to him. He got up slow, and through all the process, just quick. He never looked all right. Trey Hansen, the tip, and gets with the rebound and scores again. He now has 6. Vermillion back up by 2.
Now 2 times just here in the second quarter, Cole Tweeten getting up there with his size, poking the ball away to his own teammates, leading to points.
Sims makes the pass to Vinoff to Brooks. Brooks, the big man, to the lane, kicks out corner 3, good. And this is, someone has to step up and be big for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Sims. He now has 11 points, including 3 threes here in the ball game. NBA 3 for Hansen's off the mark, and then a push by Tweeten as he tried to get the space against Callahan, picking up his first personal in the 13th. 24-23. What a crazy game that we have seen so far, Cole.
We're not even halfway through the second quarter yet, and we're already saying that. That's how crazy it's been.
Michaels in the front court, back out to Brooks, over to the corner, trying to drive. By the way, it seems like every time Vermillion does play Madison, someone goes off from beyond the three-point line for the Bulldogs. And right now, it's been Sims, who has gotten the start here as of recently, was not one of the original starters this season. 24-23, 3:44, second quarter. Inside to Trey Hansen. He'll just attack himself. Tried to keep it away from Brooks. He didn't block it. Trey just put it off the bottom of the backboard with his layup attempt. Michaels inside to Callahan. Left him open defensively, and he scores. Callahan now 4 points in the ball game. Vermillion trails by 3 once again. Skogsberg has it for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, Vermillion without the help of Carter Hansen at the moment as he picked up 3 personal fouls already in this first half. Robinson, bucket in the lane. He now has 7 for the ball game after he struggled. Only got 3 Saturday afternoon against the Parkston Trojans. Michaels fakes the move out to Ben Brooks. 3-pointer good. The big man steps outside, has 9 in the ball game. Another timeout called. And it will be a timeout. And we'll step aside back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back here inside the birdcage, it's 29-25. Vermillion trailing by 4, and again, Vermillion at one point down 12-0 in this basketball game. Started the game 1 of 15 from the field. Things couldn't have got any worse offensively, and yet Vermillion trails by 4. Including a couple leads here in this quarter, and now a foul that will go against the Bulldogs. The foul is called on Schneider, now picking up his second personal, the third team foul, and everyone, it seems like, is in some sort of foul trouble for the Bulldogs. 3 different players have picked up 2. Barger has picked up 3 for the Bulldogs. Carter Hansen has picked up 3 of his own and has set a majority of this second quarter. And now a reach and steal away quickly the opposite way. Oh my goodness. Oof. Just gonna not say anything about that one. 29-25.
I didn't see it, not gonna lie. I was looking at my stat sheet.
Combs had an easy layup and it didn't, well, as you can see, he didn't score. Oh, and the ball gets stuck as Cerny went to go try up. There is a reach-in foul. And it will go against, I believe, Callahan, picking up now his third personal. The 4th team foul. 11 fouls so far against the Bulldogs here in the ballgame. Cerny misses his first free throw. And free throw troubles continue for the Vermillion Tanagers.
They shot 8 in that first quarter. That was the first free throw of the quarter. As Cerny goes 0 for 2, they're now 7 for 10 in the contest.
Vermillion comes in shooting 67 from the free throw line. Cole, you know what's crazier than that? Opponents are shooting 60% from the free throw line against Vermillion so far this season. 3-pointer is off the mark. So when we talk about Vermillion being bad from the free throw line, it doesn't seem that bad. 3-pointer, air ball that time, as he's gotten some recent minutes here. Trenton Thomas, and we talked about him on our pregame show. He did hit a 3, though, against Parkston, and they've liked what we've seen so far from him this season.
Yeah, we were talking with Coach Budmeyer after the Del Rapids game, and he says he usually looks for if it's the shots off left to right, or if it's too strong, too soft. That one just a little too strong. It was dead on. So, I mean, he's going to be a good shooter if he just dials in the distance a little bit, but I'm sure the nerves are going just a little bit.
Yep. It's a little bit quicker pace. Varsity to JV. Trey gets it over Skogsberg. Skogsberg underneath, tries to go up with a shot. Great defense there by Brooks. Just had to go straight up. And they say out of bounds, last on the Bulldogs, so it will stay with Vermillion. That's what you got to love about Ben Brooks, though. His size inside, he's aware of just putting the hands up and being smart about it. Trey Hansen, deep inbound to Cerny, to Robinson. And this is another thing we talk about offensively that Jay Drake has talked about Vermillion. Stay away from each other. It seems like at times Vermillion offensively, 2 guys right on top of each other. Reverse layup is good for Robinson. He's had himself a great ball game, 9 points. Madison trying to slow it down for just a moment. The high press underneath. Catch, back out. Catch and shoot 3. This one's off the mark. Rebound by Robinson. He almost got knocked over there by Cerny. 2 defensive backs, both going for the basketball. Vermillion holding for the last second shot. Trey goes over to Zoe. Back to Trey. Trey Hansen, double team. Over Skogsberg, catch and shoot 3 off the heel of the iron. Oh, Cerny just got slipped, it looked like. Sliding tackle as he took off Vienhoff. At the end of the first half, Vermillion trailed by 2, and they still do. 29-27, Madison with a 2-point lead. What a crazy sequence it has been in the first half. Again, it's a 2-point lead for Madison as we head to halftime. We'll take a look at our first half statistics and also talk about some exciting news for one head coach for the Vermillion Tanagers. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louis Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 29-27, the Madison Bulldogs lead it in this DAC-12 matchup over the Vermillion boys. Here inside the birdcage, let's get to some exciting news that was announced today on the Vermillion side for coaches. Cole, if you did not hear about this, as we have some exciting news as it is Kurt Nelson has been named the South Dakota High School Activities Association Boys Soccer Coach of the Year. Now, this was voted on by the SDHSAA membership. Coach Nelson now has been coaching Vermillion boys soccer since 2012 when he started as a club, and then it transitioned to boys soccer into a sanctioned sport back in 2016. But congratulations to Kurt Nelson as he has been named the boys soccer coach of the year. So big congratulations to him and the boys soccer team on getting that award. Cole, I mean, it seems like we should just be talking simply about Vermillion losing by 20 points. This isn't a game. Things couldn't have gone any worse. 1 of 15 to start the ball game. A 2-point game. And for Vermillion, I would say they have, we talk about it all the time, this like ESPN predictor, where things are at. I would say the edge would have to go to the Vermillion Tanagers as we're at halftime.
Yeah, it's just that the first quarter was so bizarre that I don't think, especially you look at that second quarter, it was very physical, but neither offense was really settled into it at all, and it just seems like they were so in shock because of the first quarter that neither team was able just to kind of slow down, settle things in, settle their offense down. I mean, again, you look at that. Madison comes out 12-0. Vermillion comes out 0 for 15 or 0 for 14, 1 for 15 from the field once they finally made a shot. And then all of a sudden it was 14-2. And then you look, since then, Madison has done, I mean, for lack of better terms, next to nothing on the offensive end, except for getting some fast break points off the press, and I can get to that new press in a second, but it just seems like Madison is off. I don't really have any words for it. It just seems like it was just so bizarre that first quarter. Then Vermillion, all of a sudden, they start getting hot, and they start shutting Madison down defensively, and Madison can't get up a half-court offense shot. And then Vermillion comes down on the offensive end in that second quarter, and it's just, then they started getting cold a little bit. It was getting physical. A little less fouls were being called. A lot of just random missed shots that you'd expect in any other game they'd be made. I mean, it's been a bizarre DAC-12 contest, Heath.
Very bizarre, as you mentioned.
How bizarre. Good song.
It's a good one. You're all right. 29-27. Cool, let's take a look at the first half statistics before we get any more distracted.
First for the Madison Bulldogs, 29 points. They were led in scoring by Elijah Sims. Again, not a normal starter for them, but was in the starting lineup tonight. 11 points, 3 rebounds for him. Then we'll go down the roster numerically. Barger with a rebound and a steal. Callahan with 4 points and 2 steals. He also has 3 fouls, as well as Barger also has 3 for Madison. Ben Brooks, 9 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and 3 blocks underneath. Schneider with 2 points and 2 offensive rebounds, all in the same possession. And Tom Meckles, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. 18 in the first, 11 in the second for their total of 29. Vermillion, for their 27 points, they were led in scoring by Robinson and Trey Hansen. They both had 9. After that, it was Skogsberg with 5 and Carter Hansen with 1 point. Again, just a free throw for him in that first quarter as he picked up 2 quick ones to start out the second quarter. And he has been sitting out ever since. The rest of the stats, also Landon Cerny has 3 points and 2 steals. Rohrig with an offensive rebound and a block credited to him. Skogsberg again 5 points, all in that first quarter, 4 rebounds and an assist. Robinson with 9, 3 boards, an assist, and a steal. Carter Hansen, that 1 point and 2 rebounds for him. Trey Hansen, 9 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. And Cole Tweeten with 2 offensive rebounds. Vermillion 16 in the first, 11 in the second for their total of 27. They went 7 for 8 from the free throw line in the first quarter, 0 of 2 in the second, so they are 7 for 10 from the free throw line. Again, your halftime score, 29-27 here in the Birdcage.
11 total fouls called against Madison in that first half. Vermillion only committing 4, including 3 on Carter Hansen. 2 with 3, Eli Barger and Charles Callahan, and then also Miles Snyder off the bench and Andrew Combs with 2 personal. Ben Brooks and Thomas Michaels stay out of foul trouble, have not picked up any so far. And neither has Elijah Sims, who does have 11 points. So, Cole, one bright side, if you will, for Madison Bulldogs, they're in foul trouble, but none of their main scorers have picked up a foul yet here in the game.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing, as you obviously want some role players to come off the bench, but when it comes down to it, as points are going to win you ball games, and when you think about it, like you said, none of their real scorers. I mean, Sims just has 1, Brooks with none. In Callahan, their next highest scorer with 4, he has 3 fouls, so it's going to be interesting to see how they use him both offensively and defensively in the game. But it's one of those deals where obviously you're glad that they're not in foul trouble, but you got to try and keep everybody else out of foul trouble too.
Cole, one final question for you as we wrap up this halftime show. Do you think John Brooks gets mad that I wear a Jay Drake t-shirt?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I'll ask him tomorrow, make sure he's not hurt. Do they have a John Brooks t-shirt out there?
What? You're asking the wrong guy.
I don't know. We should probably check. I got my Jay Drake t-shirt. Does it look good on me at least?
Not a lot looks good on you, but that shirt does.
29-27 here at halftime. Vermillion Tanagers trail by 2 after a tough start. Don't forget, we're back here inside the Birdcage tomorrow night as the Vermillion girls in just a single game taking on the Beersford Watchdogs in Region 4 action. Of course, not DAC 12 action, as Beersford left a few years ago. Beersford coming in 9-4 overall. Cole, I mentioned it earlier tonight, maybe one of the biggest frauds out there with that big of a record that Beersford has had so far. They played a lot of Big East teams that are on the lower side. So the record looks extremely good, but we'll see just how good the Watchdogs are when they take on one of the best teams in the state, the Vermillion Tanagers. We're back into action.
I think they're solid. I think you're underselling them a little bit.
And you have seen them, what, 3 times so far this season?
I've watched a couple, 3 times, yeah. 2-3 times, yeah.
We're about to find out just how good they are. Vermillion will come out with their starting 5. The starting 5 also out there for the Madison Bulldogs. Vermillion has an opening turnover to start their third quarter. Ball takes a deflection, will stay, go out of bounds. Last touched by Robinson. Controlled, Sims has it. Goes over to Michaels on the near side. Rainbow pass all the way to the opposite side. Back to the top they go with Callahan. He'll shoot the deep 3 and get it. Charles Callahan, or as they like to call him, Chuck, with 7 points in the ball game. To the corner they go with Roehrig. Roehrig drives in using the right hand too strong. Rebounded by the Bulldogs, who lead it now by 5 to start this third quarter. Michael is directing traffic. Go back over to this near side. Barger to Callahan. Callahan drive, puts up the floater, misses. Rebounded by Robinson. Robinson across the Tanager logo. Quickly into the offensive side, over to Carter Hansen, who's been held quiet tonight, mainly because of foul trouble. Out to Skogsberg, who shoots the 3, misses. Offensive board back up. Carter Hansen can't connect. Ball goes out of bounds. I don't know. I think that was off of Michaels, but I'm also way over here. So it'll be Bulldogs basketball.
Well, I wish I had a replay for you, Heath, but our unmanned camera in the center doesn't like to follow the action sometimes.
No comment. That might get me in trouble if I say my full thoughts on here on air about that camera. The drive by Brooks, the floater. This one is off the mark. We could make you run a camera over here. Quarterback pass up to Robinson. Oh my goodness. Cole, that one goes back to the intentional days. And that one probably could have been called an intentional foul, which would have been free throws, and Vermillion would have gotten the basketball back, as Michaels went up there for the block but made no contact whatsoever with the ball and knocked Robinson down at a weird angle. Yikes. Vermillion continues to miss free throws.
Yeah, they are 1 for the last 4, and I think that foul would be, I don't think it'd be in the intentional, as he did actually make an attempt for the block. He just happened to not make the block.
Makes the free throw. Robinson's the first Tanager to hit double figures with 10 tonight. All right, fair enough. I'll give it to you. 32-28. 6-10 third quarter. The big man straight away. This one rims in and out. And then Robinson loses it. Still in the backcourt for the Tanagers. They have time. Skogsberg gets it near wing. Jab step, kick back to the top of Trey. Over to Carter. Carter will make his move. Now pick up the dribble. Bounce pass to Trey. Trey the right-handed dribble back to the top with Carter Hansen. Carter over to Trey. Trey will make his move past the double team over to Roehrig. Roehrig along the baseline, 9 seconds. To Robinson at the block, trying to scoot around the defense, and then pass turned over in the end for the Vermillion Tanagers as they use up 30 seconds and never put up a shot. Opposite way, Brooks jumper good. Ben Brooks now at the 11 points in the ball game. First Bulldog to hit double figures. 34-28. The Bulldogs have had a lead this entire second half. 3-pointer from Carter Hansen knocks it down. 4 points for him in the ball game. He was not the leading scorer coming into tonight. In fact, he's the third leading scorer coming into this. Callahan, the drive in the lane, reach and foul. Oof. Foul called, body's tripped, and then Rohrig, insult to injury, landed on the head of Callahan. He was frustrated. Didn't want to butt in his head. First personal on Rohrig. First team foul as well. Callahan down to Brooks. Brooks inside scores. And Coach Chad White wanted a reach-in foul. Doesn't get it. 13 for Brooks. Turnaround jumper for Robinson. Leaves it short. No one there on the rebound for the Tanagers. The Bulldogs still in the backcourt. Make the pass to Michaels. And Michaels takes a third step. And it'll be Vermillion basketball. 36-31, 4:32, third quarter. Tanagers, Cole. Yeah, haven't found a whole lot of offense yet in this third quarter. Only 4 points so far.
Yeah, and it's not what Madison's doing defensively. It's just, I mean, it's part of it as now there's a quick steal by Callahan. But it's just, I mean, they're running the exact zone you want to run against this Vermillion offense is because they don't have any size underneath, so you really can't contest anything underneath with Brooks. So you just play high, you force out ball pressure outside on the wing. And that's, I mean, they're running a perfect defense against this Vermillion offense. It's just unfortunate that Vermillion doesn't have a whole lot of size underneath to try and sneak behind that zone.
Chad White and Bryson Skogsberg gave a nice big hug there. Robinson in the front court for the Vermillion Tanagers. To Trey Hansen. And now a whistle called before the shot. And a foul was called against Ben Brooks, picking up his first personal and the first team foul. Maybe a questionable call there. Skogsberg at the top of the key. Pass inside of Trey Hansen. This one blocked from behind. Good block there by Michaels, but you can't make contact on a block.
No, you can't have your body shove Trey Hansen down to the ground. I mean, it was a clean block up top.
Yep.
But down low, it was not.
Oh, the little belly there of Michaels came right through the back of Trey Hansen. Forward momentum. You know all about that, right?
You're right. You're right. I do. It's hard to stop forward momentum.
First free throw, good for Trey Hansen. 38-32, 3:42, third quarter. Second free throw is good for Trey Hansen. As quickly the opposite way come the Bulldogs, leading it by 5. The floater is up and good for Elijah Sims. Again, was not a starter this season. He has been a starter just as recently. And he now has 13 points in the ball game. Skogsberg, catch and shoot 3, good. Vermillion needs some big shots, and Skogsberg gets his first point since the first quarter. Now has 8 in the ball game, and a timeout is called. 40-36. Timeout for the Vermillion Tanagers. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Half off at the concession stands right now, just outside the birdcage. Cole, have we had supper yet tonight?
No. Didn't have anything till about 1:30 today. Didn't eat after the girls' game last night. That was silly. Spencer didn't wanna. Yeah, I just never got around to it. I mean, I was asleep about 15 minutes after I got home.
I didn't know the Vermillion girls played last night.
Saturday. God, I hate you.
40-36, 3:07 third quarter. Three-pointer is good. Eli Barger gets his first points of the basketball game, and it puts them back up by 7. Three-pointer for Skogsberg. When did Eli score?
No, Andrew Barger's not even out there right now.
Oh, that was Andrew Combs.
Yes, that's why I'm putting up the number 5. There you go. My bad. My hand signals can get confusing sometimes.
I hate you too.
I know. It's mutual.
43-36, 2:50 third quarter. Sims, the right-handed dribble, bounce pass into Michaels. As Cole Madison has done a great job of just keeping this one out of reaching distance, it seems like, for the Vermillion Tanagers here in this third quarter.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job on the offensive end, just kind of slowing things down a little bit, taking a little more time off the clock, and now we get an illegal screen.
And the foul will come against Andrew Combs, picking up now his third personal in the fourth team foul, apologize. Carter Hansen fakes the pass one way. Now Trey has it down to Landon Cerny, baseline. Back to the top they go with Carter Hansen, and a foul called that will go against the Madison Bulldogs and also give up bonus, as the foul is called on Veenhoff, picking up his first. Veenhoff. Had to write it down, sorry.
See, that's why you have a stat sheet with just everybody's name on it. Then you don't have to spend your time writing it.
Another free throw that's off the mark for Carter Hansen. 43-36, 2:19 third quarter.
Again, they started 7 for 8 from the line. Now 11 of 16. Hansen with 5 points.
6-point lead for Madison. Brooks the drive. Oh, goodness, watch out. Heads up. Head on a swivel. Ball goes out of bounds as it went to Sims. A couple fans over there, including Coach Bud Myers. I can't remember if they're engaged now or not. I don't want to say. Trey Hansen got knocked over. Bounce pass to Zone Robinson. Over to Skogsberg. Catch and shoot three. Good! Vermillion is right within reaching distance once again. Skogsberg has now hit double figures with 11 points. Over to Sims. Fakes the pass. Drives in. The floater is good. Elijah Sims has been the giant killer so far. Now a timeout called. 45-40 timeout called for the Madison Bulldogs and interim head coach Chad White. 45-40. Quick little score update as we're watching a game of interest. Castlewood and Hamlin tied at 12 apiece. Was that a matchup of 2-3, Cole? Hamlin number 2 in the media rankings. On the boys' side, Castlewood ranked number 3 on the boys' side in Class B, that is.
I believe so. As our fellow coworker John Acree on the call. 12-12. 2.5 to go in the first quarter.
45-40, 146 third quarter here. The Vermillion Tanagers will have the basketball out of the timeout. By the way, both coaches down to just 2 timeouts remaining here in the ball game. Usually don't see them get this low, but both have used them willingly tonight. Trey Hansen picks up his dribble, one to go to Zone Robinson. Kick out to Skogsberg. Skogsberg inside, kick to Cerny in the corner. Three-pointer is off the mark. Robinson with the rebound, then it had poked away from him. Ben Brooks quickly in the front court. To Combs, back to Brooks, back to Combs. Now to Michaels. Using the size of Ben Brooks, up with the floater, gets it to go. Ben Brooks with 15 here in the ball game, 6 for the quarter. The Bulldogs back up by 7 once again. Robinson over to Carter Hansen. Trey drives, and now a whistle is called. And a foul is called against Sims, picking up his first personal in the 6th. This is second. Thank you, Cole. Somewhere I missed it.
Shocker.
I'm good at missing fouls.
It's very true. Recently, I'm good at missing points.
That is true. We all make mistakes in life. First free throw is off the mark.
Some more than others.
11 points for Trey Hansen here in the ball game, has only hit free throws in the quarter. Second free throw, this one is good, and now we get a quick buzzer. As we'll have substitutions late for the Madison Bulldogs as Schneider will check into the ball game. 47-41. Vermillion has trailed by 2 after quarter number 1 and 2 after halftime. Drive in, last second feed. Oh, another miss. Kickball out of bounds. It did hit off of Trey Hansen last. Rohrig will check back in the ball game. Landon Cerny is out.
Yeah, Vermillion switched up their press there a little bit. They were in a zone. I believe it was a 1-2-2, maybe 1-3-1 zone press. Now just in a straight man full court press, and that's the downside as the inbounder just sprints all the way down the floor to break it.
Michaels over to Schneider. Now with Brooks. Brooks drives in and scores once again, and his size is starting to take over here in the ball game. 17. As no one matches up near him for the Vermillion Tanagers. The only one would be Tweeten, and he's not on the court. Trailing by 8. And again, a large part to Ben Brooks inside. He has stepped out and hit a 3 as well in this quarter. Trey Hansen now double team. Tries to make his move. Picks up the dribble. Looking for someone. Now just floats it up himself. Misses. Brooks, the full court heave, is off the mark. But for the Bulldogs, after leading it by 2 in quarter number 1 and quarter number 2, now lead it by 8. 41-49. We go to the fourth and final frame here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the Student Athlete. According to our statistician Cole Larsch, the coach Gary Culver has only taken 2 steps during this basketball game over in the corner of the bleachers.
Yeah, he's had 2 spots where he's been standing. One where he's at now and one where he's a step backwards and to his right. That's about it.
The wrestling coach has moved up enough during practice. Well, Vermillion needs to get back in this game. Brooks shoots a 3-pointer. He's off the mark. It's going to begin with that, if you will. Saved by Carter Hansen as she crashes into some of the girls' basketball players, and then a foul that will be called against Brooks, picking up his second personal in the first team foul. Robinson will shoot 2.
That's what the referee said the foul was.
Vermillion, if they want to get back in this game, have a chance at winning, they really need to start hitting free throws. Robinson now has 11 points in the ball game, all from the charity stripe, at least in this second half, scoring 2 points, make it 3.
14 of 20 from the line.
49 to 43. Over the corner, Sims shoots the 3, and Rohrig not only knocks over Sims, but he hits the 3. And again, we talk about historically someone going off against the Tanagers for Madison from downtown. And tonight it's Elijah Sims, 18 for the ball game. And now to complete the rare 4-point play, hits the free throw. And again, he did not start this season. He has now 19 in the ball game. and it's up to a 10-point lead all of a sudden. Skogsberg shoots the three and can't get it to go, but he is fouled and will be shooting 3 free throws. The foul called on Michaels, picking up his 3rd personal. And the team's 2nd.
Referee just did an Allen Iverson step over of Skogsberg as he was on the ground.
Had to make that call to the scorer's table. First free throw is good for Skogsberg. He's got now 12 in the ball game.
As he clutched his back a little bit there after that free throw, Heath. Be something to monitor for the rest of the game.
You do remember he did miss a portion of that game, Parkston picking up a lower back injury. Was also wearing a bandage at one point during that game, cut on the arm. He is not wearing that bandage tonight. He hits all 3 free throws, giving him now 14 for the ball game. 53-46. To the corner, drive by Barker, kick out to the top, Brooks 3-pointer. This one's off the mark, rebound by Trey Hansen. Vermillion trailing by 7, trying to get back in this one. Bounce pass to Roehrig, drive in, shot blocked away from behind, and you just can't stop that size inside. 53-46, Ben Brooks now with 4 blocks here in the ball game. Roehrig hands off to Carter Hansen to Skogsberg. Skogsberg, the drive, go in, puts it off the bottom of the rim. And then a quick turnover in the backcourt to Skogsberg, easily lays it up and in. 53-48. Cole, remind me about dunks later in the game. Callahan over to Michaels. Michaels underneath the hoop, back out. Sims catch and shoot 3, misses. Trey Hansen pulls it down, drives, puts up the high arcing shot, misses, fight for the rebound. The Bulldogs get it. Vermillion trail by 5. 2 minutes played into this 4th quarter. Callahan tries to make a pass, and they're going to say kick ball that will go off by Roehrig. 53-48, 5:52, 4th quarter.
Trey Hansen, double-double for him, 11 points, 10 rebounds, as well as 4 assists and 2 steals.
Wide open Ben Brooks on the inbound play with now 19 points in the ball game. So 2 different Bulldogs with 19 points. It's controlled with Carter Hansen over to Trey Hansen, back to Carter. Back over to Trey. Catch and shoot 3, leaves it just short, and then a whistle called. A rebounding foul against Roehrig as he tried to get some space against Ben Brooks.
Out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds. Thank you, Cole.
That's what I'm here for.
(55-48), 5:21, 4th quarter. Michaels to Barger, 3-pointer, good. Eli Barger gets his first points of the ball game. And it's back up by 10 all of a sudden for the Bulldogs. In the corner, 3-pointer for Roehrig is off the mark. 58-48. Less than 5 remaining here in the ball game. Down to Michaels, to the top with Barger, 3-pointer. This one off the mark, fight for the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. They say last touched by the Vermillion Tanagers, and it will be Bulldog basketball. 58-48, 4:42, 4th quarter. See it back here on instant replay. Good call there by the officials. Callahan trying to direct traffic to Barker. It's the Bulldogs, they want to do it. They can take some air out of the ball here. Brooks inside, stripped, but he's fouled by Connor Roehrig, picking up his 2nd personal and the 1st team foul. And it'll be free throws upcoming for Ben Brooks. Excuse me, the 3rd on Roehrig. Free throw is up and good for Ben Brooks. He now has 20 in the ball game.
Heath, if I'm not mistaken, these are just the second and third free throws shot by Madison in the ball game. They are now 3 of 3.
All coming in this quarter as well.
Correct.
12-point lead. Inside to Trey Hansen, up with his shot and gets it to fall. Vermillion's not out of it yet, Cole, but they need some stands defensively, and they need to move quickly offensively.
Yeah, they just need to get some stops. I mean, Madison just running a simple UCLA cut style offense as they're just running cutters up and on the floor, and yeah, like you said, need to get a bucket offensively.
Turnover by Sims, then commits a foul to stop the progress of Carter Hansen, now third team foul. 60-50, 3:57, fourth quarter. Andrew Combs, and we got 5 different Bulldogs have picked up 3 personal fouls. No one with 4. Wow. Balanced, if you will. Three-pointer. This one off the mark by Carter Hansen. Vermillion needed that one. Trailing by 10.
Badly.
Vermillion not going to get many more opportunities offensively. And now a ball that's going to be touched off the foot, out of bounds. It will stay with the Bulldogs. 3:33 remaining here in the ball game. 21 seconds on the shot clock. It will be Elijah Sims to inbound. Get it to Callahan. Callahan baseline, dribbling between the legs, kick out. Fake the pass to one. And now we'll go to Combs. The top with Michaels, inside to Barger, to Sims, down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. To Michaels with 3, 2, and travel called. But it works out for Madison. Don't score, but they waste 34 out of the 35 seconds there. Bring it all the way down to 3:13 remaining here in the ball game. Trey Hansen gets it to Rohrig. To Robinson. Back to Trey Hansen, trying to make his move, and a foul is called. It will go against Thomas Michaels, picking up his 4th personal and the 4th team foul. So bonus next foul given up by the Bulldogs, as Veenhoff will check in and Michaels will come out. 60-50, 3:06, fourth quarter. Trey Hansen over to Carter Hansen. Bounce pass down to Robinson. Robinson back to Carter. To Zoe, making a pass, risky one to Skogsberg. Skogsberg hops around one, puts up a shot, can't get it to go, but he's going to draw the foul against Ben Brooks, which will now give Vermillion the bonus. It's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different guys who have picked up 3 personal fouls for Madison, 1 with 4 personal fouls.
22 combined.
Wow. First free throw is good for Skogsberg, and somehow they're still winning. And winning by a margin at the moment of 9. Second free throw, this one is good as well for Skogsberg. He's got 7 in the quarter, 18 for the ball game, and now a timeout for the Vermillion Tanagers, trailing by 8. We'll see if they can't get back in it with 2:47 remaining in the game. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pet?
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back here inside the birdcage, Ben Brooks has it. As the Bulldogs don't go offensively, they're trying to work as much of this clock as they possibly can. Leading it by 8, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Go down to Brooks, it's a turnover. All right, Cole, all right. String it together. Need a bucket here, though. Need a bucket if you're the Vermillion Tanagers. And they go sprinting in the front court. Inside to Robinson, back out to Carter. Thought about the three, goes to Trey, goes to Skogsberg. He'll shoot the corner three. Good! Vermillion has a chance, trailing by 5. Skogsberg with now 10 in the quarter, 21 for the ball game. 60-55, under 2 remaining. Brooks is gonna attack, misses, rebound Vermillion, and a couple contact, but Trey was looking for it all the way, and finally, third time, a whistle is called.
And it goes on the guy that doesn't have three personal fouls. It goes on the one guy left who's played this contest for Madison that only had 1 personal foul coming in. Unbelievable.
It goes to Vinoff, so he's got 2. It's the 6th against the Bulldogs here in the quarter. That doesn't matter. 2 free throws. Oh. Gotta hit him. We gotta hit him.
19 for 26.
Quick substitution. Barger will come in. Veenhoff with his 2 personal will come out. 110. Mr. Miyagi rub the hands together. Vermillion goes 0 of 2 for the free throws. Vermillion mismatched defensively in the front court. Brooks over to Barger. Barger back out to Brooks. Now to Combs. To Callahan. Pass stolen away. Trey Hansen quickly over to Robinson. Catch and shoot 3. This one's off the mark. Vermillion now misses 5 points on their last 2 possessions to tie it up. And now a whistle against Zone Robinson on the reach-in. The official just said, don't do that again. First on Robinson, the 13th foul. 60-55. 1:13, 4th quarter. Into Brooks. Brooks tries to make a pass. Stolen away once again by the Vermillion Tanagers. Trey Hansen quickly in the front court. Trey over to Carter Hansen. He hit the 3, but there was a whistle called before it against the Bulldogs. So 2 free throws upcoming. Sims picks up his 4th personal. Trey just missed 2 from the free throw line. Free throw is up and good. He needs to hit this next one to bring it to a 1-possession game. Guys, move around here for just a moment. Here we go.
Little delay tactic.
60-56, second free throw. This one is good. So Vermillion is within 3. Under a minute remaining here in the ball game. The full court press is on. Interim head coach Chad White calls a timeout for the Bulldogs. Cole, what's the thinking right now by interim head coach Chad White with Jarrett Yonke and longtime head coach Coach Ricky there for the Madison Bulldogs as he gets right in there with his group both hands on his knees, talking to his guy. What's the conversation right now for the Bulldogs?
Well, the biggest thing is just don't do what you've been doing basically for the second half of this fourth quarter. I mean, when you think about it, yeah, you want to go slow. You want to wind down the clock, but you don't want to go 2 dribbles then pass it to Vermillion. It just seems like that's been every offensive possession for them for the past 2.5 minutes, so it's just got to slow down. This is almost 100% going to be a design play against this man defense. They're going to try and run some cuts, try and get maybe Vermillion to foul here, but you got to get a good shot, and it's likely going to be a give and go with Brooks. He's going to bring it up, pass it off, then he's going to cut, try and get a layup with his size underneath, and then you just got to rely on him to get a stop. I mean, so far defensively, Madison's been doing pretty good this quarter. It's just on the offensive end, they've been turnover after turnover after turnover.
So far, in close games, going down to the final minute, Vermillion is 0 of 2, including 2 losses last week to Pine Ridge and Del Rapids in overtime. We could be seeing that once again. Vermillion's been down by as much as 12 in this quarter. Inbounds to Ben Brooks. In the backcourt, almost lost it. To the corner they go, double team in the corner. Sims has it, and now a pass stolen away by Trey Hansen. The one-on-one, the drive, can't connect, can't hit. 2 free throws upcoming. Sims is gonna foul out, isn't he?
That is correct.
Sims fouls out of the basketball game. He'll finish with 19 points. Michaels will have to come in. 60-57. Trey Hansen, clap your hands together, Cole. First free throw is good. 17 for the ball game.
10 of 12 this quarter from the free throw line.
11 of 13.
Okay. Thanks for stealing my thunder.
Vermillion trailing by 1 now all of a sudden. Brooks, corner 3. This one's off the mark. It's an offensive rebound, but stolen away. Carter Hansen, shot clock is off. Vermillion can hold for the last second shot. They don't have to go. Trey will drive, scoop layup, misses, and now they have to foul, and they will. Vermillion will have to give 1 more. Cole, they went way too quick on that.
Which team?
Robinson picks up his second, the 4th team foul. If Madison can inbound, you have to give the foul right away. Simply do. You want to foul someone like Combs here. Oh, and he's going to fall over. Vermillion picks it back up. And then
timeout.
Was a timeout called? Yes. Oh my goodness. If you're Combs, all you can't do is go to the corner.
Yeah. I mean, the corner there and the corners by half court. You got to avoid that. I mean, they had Ben Brooks wide open in the middle. And that's who you want to have it. That's who you want to throw it into. You got your size. He can handle the ball now. He plays a lot more outside this year. Just have him bring it up. Have him get fouled. I mean, he's your leading scorer, probably your best free throw shooter.
What a crazy game this has been. I mean, it doesn't get any crazier than what we have seen. From Vermillion starting from the field 1 of 15 to Madison being up by 12 in this quarter, it's 60-59. I mean, cool. It was 60-48. Vermillion is on an 11-0 run.
Yeah.
In the final 2.5 minutes of this game.
And Madison's gotten up 2 shots in that 2.5 minutes, maybe.
Take the air out of the basketball, but sometimes just stick to your normal offense. Here we go, 9.8, Vermillion to inbound. Robinson will get it to Trey Hansen. Trey makes his move, cutting underneath, up with the shot, Carter Hansen with 5.1. How is your heart rate? Check it now. We'll check it in just a moment again. It's 71. 71 for me. Can he make the first? Here we go.
Meckel's fouled out, by the way.
Finishing with just 3 points in the ball game. Giving up 8 in this quarter. Here we go, Cole. First free throw is good for Carter Hansen. 6 points. And now they're saying, everyone stop the tactics.
That's got to be a warning on somebody.
73 is my heart rate. It only went up 2. Clap your hands together, Cole. Here we go. Carter Hansen. Vermillion leads 61-60. It's a 13-0 run with 5.1 remaining in the basketball game. Vermillion trailed 60-48 with 2:32 remaining in this game. It seemed, Cole, ESPN predictor would say 99.9 that Madison wins this game. And Vermillion has fought all the way back and lead it by 1.
Vermillion scored 19 points, right? 19 points in this quarter. 13 of them from the free throw line.
Wow.
This quarter, they are 13 of 15 from the free throw line just this quarter.
If you need to have a night to hit your free throws, they found it.
Usually when I've got this many tally marks, I got tally marks for every free throw. We're sitting at 33 total. Usually, so far this season, we've been seeing about 15. They are 25 of 33 from the line. To be honest, the only reason they're in this game right now is because they shot so many free throws early in that first quarter.
Madison needs to inbound it, get it up court, and get a shot off with 5.1 on the clock. Vermillion's not going to make it easy. They get it to Brooks, the man you want to have it. Brooks has it, spins in the lane. It's going to be a travel. You can't spin. You can't spin. He hit the shot, but you can't spin. It's a point of emphasis all season long, and you're seeing it back on replay. More than likely there, Cole.
1, 2, 3. That's travel.
Inbound to Trey Hansen. Vermillion wins a 13-0 run to end the ball game. Vermillion wins 61-60. How about that for some DAC-12 hoops? It doesn't matter what your record is. You're in for a dogfight. And in the end, Vermillion finds a way. It's not about how you win. It's about finding a way to win. And Vermillion does it tonight. Handshakes, smiles between the coaches. One heck of a battle, they all say. Chad White and Jay Drake are having some final words. Just talking about how tough of a game that was. A hard-fought game in the end, but 61-60. Vermillion moves to 9-4 on the season, 5-12 in the DAC-12. Madison drops to 6-7 overall, 2-5 in the DAC-12. Cole, Madison will talk about in the end. Not a right call there, wasn't a travel. Brooks hits the shot. We see it here though on replay. 3 steps. And it's all about that spin move as well.
Yep.
The officials have said so much, and we saw them twice earlier tonight. 2 different spins, 2 different times to call it travel.
Same exact call, same exact spin. I had a feeling it was going to come down to something like that, just based on the way he was going. He was driving that double team in the middle. I knew he was going to spin, try and get a little bit of contact on the spin, then go up with it. That's just DAC-12 basketball for you.
61-60. Again, Vermillion goes on a 13-0 run to end the ball game to win. We're going to step aside. We have our post-game statistics and conversation with coaches and maybe even a player. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Looking for a great new or used John Deere planter? Then look no more. Grossenberg Implement has a great used selection this month. They have a good selection of 2023 and 2022 model years that will make your operation more efficient and productive with low rate financing of only 1.99% for 60 months for those that qualify. You'll be ready for spring planting. Come in and talk to one of their sales professionals or browse their inventory at grossenberg.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. I'm going to say it was the Jay Drake t-shirt tonight. That's what I'm going to put it as. Vermillion in the final 2 minutes and 32 seconds of the ball game go on a 13-0 run and beat the Madison Bulldogs 61-60. Cole, I just said it. I mean, you look at this, at that 2:32 mark and just say for Madison, hey, maybe one more bucket, 2 more buckets at the most, we're going to win this. We're up by 12, we're okay. Just run the offense, get a couple shots up, work the clock, we're good to go. Don't turn it over. The only thing we can't do is have consistent turnovers, okay? And oh my goodness, it just imploded on them. And all of a sudden, once one thing, it was a tumbling block. One thing led to another, and just the snowball effect, it went from bad to worse to it can't get any worse than this for Madison. And for Vermillion, finding a way to win once again.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, you can look back on the entire game, and especially that first quarter, you know, you go down early 12-0, hit a couple free throws. I think at one point it was 16-2 before Vermillion finally got their first field goal, and it just seemed like like you said, you focus on that last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you, like you said, if you're Madison, don't turn it over, take some clock, and that's what they did right away. Is they had a couple shot clock violations, a couple late turnovers late in the shot clock, and you're thinking, okay, I mean, not really the best case scenario, but definitely not the worst. And then you get later in, your minute left, 45 seconds left. They still haven't taken a shot. They keep going, you keep going, then all of a sudden they're in crunch mode because Vermillion's going down, getting steals left and right and trying to make some free throws. And yeah, like you said, what a comeback by, I mean, what a wild game.
You're never going to have the official number on this, but I don't think a basketball team, I mean, it's going to be maybe 1 in every 10,000 begins a basketball game 0 of 14 from the field and then wins the game. I mean, that's just unheard of. NBA, college, high school, it doesn't matter. You begin 0 of 14, you say, all right, well, we had a bad night shooting, we lost that game.
Yeah. And there was points where we were thinking, too, it's like, well, let's just hope Vermillion can keep this one close. And all of a sudden we're looking, it's under a 10-point game. Madison brings it back up. There's like, okay, a little 8-10-point lead again. That's all. They kind of kept it there for a second, and then it all just kind of crumbled in late.
We'll get our post-game stats here in just a moment. Let's talk to someone who just lived that entire scenario as we talk about, we know the excitement from up here in the broadcast booth, but let's bring it down to the bench as Coach Bud Meyer joins with us. How was your heart rate? I wear a Fitbit. I don't know how high it got tonight. I don't know about yours with your Apple Watch there, but how's the heart rate doing?
Deep breath. Holy cow. Hey, that's why we play the game. This is what it's all about. Love the atmosphere. Kudos to our fans, our kids. That was a great team win top to bottom. You mentioned 0 of 14 to start the game.
Yep.
As bad as that sounds, I love to hear that because that means our kids were absolutely resilient and we never lack confidence. The easy thing to do is, I missed a few shots. Okay, I'm not looking for it. Our kids kept their just battled and just kept shooting the basketball. Man, that was awesome.
As you mentioned, 0 of 14, but then the final number that we look at in the final 2 minutes and 32 seconds, Vermillion goes on a 13-0 run to win by 1. Several timeouts were called during that time. What was it about those final 2.5 minutes that everything just changed for Vermillion and able to win this one?
I think we just kind of got in desperation mode. Our message all the time is just keep battling and give ourselves a chance, and that's exactly what our boys did. We converted. We kind of did some scramble, a little trap, got some turnovers, made some free throws, missed a couple too.
Yeah.
Made it a little longer than it needed to be, but they're just playing super aggressive, and the bench was electric, and that helps. Energy is contagious, and it really showed in that last 4-minute stretch.
How do we get to not desperation mode anymore? Because we've now seen this over the past 4 games. 3 of those games have been Pine Ridge, Del Rapids, and then here tonight, desperation. This time we come out on the right side of it. But can we start avoiding that a little bit more and just get a comfortable win?
I had one thing to say to the kids in the locker room. I said, can we ever do anything the easy way? We got to make everything so dang hard on ourselves. But I think it is only going to benefit us at the end. It just, one thing with all of our games and how our games are going, I think we've seen about every situation you can think about in basketball. We've had some big wins where we stretched the lead out in the 4th. We've battled back countless times. Everything has been thrown at us, and our kids just do not quit. I love the heart. I love the team camaraderie of these kids is amazing.
Was there anything said down into that 4th quarter? I believe it was 13 of 15, something along those lines from the free throw line. As we know, coming into it, 67% shooting from the free throw line. It's been a struggle this year. What was it in that final 4th quarter that all the shots from the free throw line were falling?
It goes back just to confidence. No matter the situation, no matter where we're at, who we're playing, we play with confidence, and we play one way. So kudos to the kids. That's a big spot. That's a big spot for Carter Hansen, and then Trey Hansen, his brother, to step up and get that to a one-possession game. Just over and over again, top to bottom. I could go through the whole game of giving highlights of when kids stepped up, big plays, even when we were 0 of 14. That maybe could even been more of a lead, but we still got stops where they made a loose ball, 50-50 ball, just battling. All the little things add up to the end. Our message at halftime was, it don't matter how we got here. We're down 2 at half. We just got to go win 16 minutes of basketball, keep playing our game. So proud of the kids.
9-4 overall, 5-2 in the DAC-12. We only won 1 in the DAC-12 last year. We talk about this 10-game stretch. We finish out 2-3, but we do it in nice fashion here in the end with 2 big wins. How nice does this feel now to have a little bit of time off, to get some practice, get rejuvenized, if you will, and get ready for what we talked about, these next 8 games for the rest of the schedule. Besides, I guess 7 games, 6 of those 7 teams have a winning record. How big does this next few days need to be for practice?
It was massive. This was a massive one to pull out. We talked in the locker room, even if that game doesn't flip our way, just to show the resilience again, just to not quit. You still could take positives from it, but I'm sure glad we came out on this side of it. We're in a 10, maybe an 11-day stretch of the kids pretty much doing something basketball-wise every single day. So it's a nice little break. We'll give the kids maybe a little rest tomorrow, and then we're gearing up for a really, really good Groton team and going up 3.5-hour drive going to their house, and you could tell they have a winning environment from what I saw staying at the games up in Madison. I mean, their crowd was electric, and they're 2.5+ hours away. Funny thing in the student section, Parkston's players actually joined the Groton student section against DV. That atmosphere is just awesome. So we got a heck of a challenge coming our way, and then even after that, it just good teams top to bottom in our schedule.
Coach, go breathe and enjoy this one, all right?
Needed it.
Coach Budmeyer here on our post-game show. Thanks again for catching up with us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Before we wrap this one up, as Vermillion gets the win 61-60. Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate you. Let's go over our final post-game numbers, as we have not done that yet here. Cole, go over the final numbers, what we saw tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers and the Madison Bulldogs. Is again, Vermillion outscores Madison 13-0 in the final 2.5 minutes. Cole, numbers.
Yes, sir. First for the Madison Bulldogs, 60 points for them. They were led in scoring by Ben Brooks. He had 21. Elijah Sims with 19, and we'll go down the rest of the roster numerically. Eli Barger finished with 3 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Sims, 19, 4, an assist, and a steal for him. Lost my train of thought there for a second. I don't know why. Andrew Combs, I think I was looking at fouls instead of points. Andrew Combs, 3 points. Charles Callahan, 9 points, 2 boards, an assist, and 3 steals. Ben Brooks, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 blocks for him. Miles Snyder, 2 points, 2 offensive rebounds in that first quarter. And Thomas Meckles, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Madison, 18 in the first, 11 in the second, 20 in the third, 11 in the fourth for their total of 60. They will fall to 6-7 on the season. Then for the hometown victorious Tanagers, they score 61 points. They were led in scoring. There we go. Bryson Skoggs were 21 points. My number was way off compared to where it normally is. Sorry about that. Then we'll go down the roster numerically. Cerny with 3 and 2 steals. Rohrig with a rebound, a steal, and a block. Skogsberg again 21 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Zone Robinson 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Carter Hansen, just 7 points for him again. Did not see him much in that first half, as he picked up 2 quick fouls for his second and third personal early in that third quarter. Had to sit quite a bit, but clutch free throws down the stretch. 7 points for him, 4 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. And Trey Hansen, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals, as well as Cole Tweet and 2 offensive rebounds back in that second quarter. Vermillion again shot 13 of 15 in that fourth quarter from the free throw line, as well as for the game they shot 25 of 33 from the stripe. They score 16 in the first, 11 in the second, 14 in the third, 20 in the fourth for their total of 61. They will go to 9-4 on the season, as well as 5-2 in the DAC-12.
What a great finish by Vermillion, as some of the fans do stick around here this evening and continue to talk with some of the players on the court. This one at times did not look pretty. At times it looked like it was going to be another loss in the DAC-12, which would have been 3 straight losses. But in the end, Vermillion moves to 9-4 on this season, and again moving to 5-2 in the DAC-12. That's going to do it for us here on Live Ticket. We appreciate you tuning in to tonight's wonderful broadcast and an exciting game as Vermillion boys get the victory 61-63. We are back tomorrow night right here inside the Birdcage as the Vermillion girls will take on the Beersford Watchdogs. We'll have all the coverage coming up tomorrow night. For Cole Arsh, I'm Heath Nimke. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your